Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Julie. I have not been with you guys for a very long time. I actually have not made any videos except for the fish tank videos. I have not made them since, let's see, end of March, beginning of April. So you actually have not seen me for many, many months, and there's a reason for that. For those of you that know me personally, you know that I've had a couple of issues over the summer. I've been dealing with a plantar's wart on my left foot for years. Well, it came back full force, and so I've had to have that taken care of, which is still in progress. Even it's been since probably June. So all through the summer, I've been dealing with that, and the fall here. It is actually November 5th as I'm speaking. So today, I plan on putting this video out today if I get it all edited and everything. But that's one of the issues. I also fractured my foot, my right foot, end of June, beginning of July. Did not find out for it 3 weeks after I broke it. Well, it's not broken. I fractured a chip off of one of my bones, right in the crease where your ankle and your foot, your leg and your foot attached in the front. I also did some soft tissue damage, so that was months and months of being in a boot and tons of MRIs and doctor's visits and all kinds of stuff. So while the other foot was injured, I also injured the right foot. So anyway, that foot is actually doing fairly well. The bones healed within like 10 weeks, the bone that, I fractured. And the soft tissue damage took another 4 to 5 weeks after that, where I was walking fairly comfortable with the boot. And then when I took the boot, I transitioned out of the boot. It took me, a couple weeks to actually walk where I wasn't limping and, feeling it. So I have been dealing with all kinds of those things. Well, then towards the end of summer, my son decided that he wanted to insulate his garage before winter. And I was helping him moving things around in the garage. And I stubbed my big toe on my left foot on his fifth wheel hitch. So I actually ended up lifting the toenail almost completely off, but I left it. I bandaged it, cleaned it and bandaged it really well. Went to the doctor. A couple days later, I had an appointment anyway for my one of the other of the feet. So I just waited for that, and it actually was attached all of except for like 20-25% of it. So whatever I did, I guess I did a good thing because it basically stayed put where it was supposed to be. I still have a chance of losing, the toenail. Hopefully I don't, because it just kind of freaks me out a little bit. But doctor said I do still have a chance when it starts growing out that I damaged some of the nail bed, I guess. So I'm hoping I didn't. But anyway, with all the health things that I was going through, I ended up gaining about 20 pounds back of the 60 some pounds that I'd lost. So I was just, I wasn't mobile. I wasn't in the best of moods. I didn't want to put out videos. I was not really depressed because it was summer. So, I tried to keep myself out of depression. But, I just was not in the mood to make videos and things, which, like I said, the only ones I did were the fish tank. My husband thought that would cheer me up, getting me a pet of some kind, which I did want another dog, but it just, with me not being mobile, it was just not possible. So he got me the fish tank because that I can just, basically stand there, and if I can't do it, he would help me clean and whatever. But I at least could feed them on my own. So I was doing really well. Um, it just, you know, took a lot out of me, I guess, this summer and this fall. So I'm back today. I cannot promise that I'm going to be putting videos out every week, depending on my mood. I still might possibly be doing a little bit of daycare. Today was supposed to be my last day, but my daughter-in-law got injured, so I might still be helping, her and my son out quite a bit, at least getting the kids to the bus stop and then picking them up in the afternoon. And but mostly when they have like days off from school, I shouldn't have to go over there and sit with them every day because she'll be there. She's mobile enough now that she's actually walking around without her crutches and stuff. So at least that's one good thing. So I can give you a little update, I guess. I'll walk you around and show you some of the things that I'm working on. And I guess we'll just take it week by week and see how I'm doing and how I feel. And if I'm, want to talk to you guys, or if I just want to stay private, I do try to tell you guys, I'm pretty open, I guess, about telling you guys personal issues. Some I keep quiet, but like health issues and stuff. I mean, you probably can tell if anyone saw me on my husband's channel, you could tell I gained a little bit of weight back. So it's no shock, with me being, not mobile. But anyway, I'll show you a couple of the projects. I did get a few things done while I was, laid up. But I still did daycare the whole summer, even with the broken foot. Because, like I said, I didn't even know I broke it or fractured it for 3 weeks. So I was in a lot of pain. It was swollen really bad. It was bruised really bad. But the emergency room said it wasn't fractured, broken, nothing was wrong. I had a hematoma, but that was it. So I definitely am glad I followed up with the specialist because I just, women's intuition, whatever you want to call it, I just knew something was wrong. And so I'm glad I followed up with it. But I'll get up and I'll show you a few things that I've been working on. And I guess we'll go from there. Okay, so one of the projects that I have started right now is working on a rabbit, and I'm doing it in dark brown. The nose I'm going to do in the pink, and then the part of the feet that are different color I'm going to do in this creamy color. So because I'm going to keep this one for myself. I ended up doing, and I'll show you, I got to walk out into my living room here, so excuse all the wobbling. But I made a teddy bear. This is the teddy bear that I made for myself and put here by the TV with the fish tank. I guess I can show you the fish tank. I do need to add water. We had a problem with that cloudy bloom stuff, and it was on the top. So I have to clean a little bit of the edging up here. But we do have that problem hopefully taken care of. But these are the fish. So you can see all the ones we've added and the ones that are not there. We didn't really lose too many of them. Just the little ones, I guess. The little ones are the hardest ones to keep alive. But the catfish was out this morning. I saw him. And then we have little bitty black angelfish. I don't know if I've done a video on those. Probably not. But this is our tank. The plants are doing fairly well. I don't know if there's any. Oh, there's one of the angels there. But that's, I guess, the little update on the fish tank. So I'll walk back into my room. Something new that I started, I know you guys have probably heard of the diamond art. So I started doing, since I was, looking for things to do, I grabbed this picture, and then my husband, I picked an owl to do. Well, then my husband surprised me with 3 more. So I have tons of pictures to do. One is an owl, which I don't know if, oh yeah, I guess you can see it. That's the one I picked out. We went to Michael's and picked out this one here together, actually. And then he found these two online. I think they're similar to this one, you know, which you can see up there better what it looks like. But anyway, that's the newest thing that I'm working on. So that is like a very slow process, because I do actually put each individual little diamond crystal thing on there one at a time. It's extremely relaxing. So when I'm stressed out, I grab that. And he bought me this container thing for it. This one here, which had a bunch of tools, and then this is how you get them in these little bags, but then I put them in the bottles and number them and everything, so it's easier to get them in and out from the bottles. But basically, this is the room. I did get a cabinet. I don't know if I showed you guys, so I kind of organized. I think that was before the broken, yeah, it had to been before the broken foot. And then I got all my sewing and fabric things over here. I do still have, the little brown cabinets that I have most of my sewing things in. But my mom gave me these little bottles. So I put just little yarn scraps in there just to, give some color to the room. And there's another diamond art thing that I did. I have another one above me on the wall. You might have seen another owl. This is the one I actually started with because it's a card. And I thought if I couldn't do it, it would, be not a big deal. I could just throw it away. But I ended up liking it, so I, got bigger and bigger. Okay, let me open up some drawers and I'll show you some things that I've made previously, like during the summer when I was injured. Okay, so this is my drawer full of stuffies, I guess, stuffed animals. I did a bee. She's in the back here. There's a hippo, an elephant, a monkey. You've already seen me do this one, the elephant, the turtle, and then the dog's down there. But that I've worked on. The top drawer is full of dishcloths back here, the scrubbies that, to scrub up pans and, things that are difficult to clean. I made these coasters, gosh, years ago, but then these are all the dishcloth hangers or dish towel hangers. They're all stacked up here, but that was mostly what I was making in the summer when I was completely immobile and I had to sit on the sofa. I would grab this stuff because I had tons of it, from years of buying supplies. I had tons of material, so I just made tons and tons of dishcloths. So I guess in conclusion for the video, I am going to be doing a little bit different format. I don't know how many, I'll still do like my recipe videos, my canning videos, because my canning supplies are really low. I didn't do any canning all summer. So like all those jars that you saw me do, I think I might have like one or two of anything, any item. So I'll be doing more canning anyway, so I'll bring you along with those. But like as far as like doing completed projects like this rabbit here, I might just show you like how the progress that I've done. Like I have the body done, and right now I'm working on the head. So I'll do little videos maybe, and put them together for a full 10-15 minute video. But I don't know if I'll be doing like the gnomes that I was making. I did the one whole series on each little specific thing that I did for the gnome. I don't know if I'll be doing those kind of things. If you still want to see those, I guess put it in the comment and I will of course do that. But I guess my way of thinking is, with all the stuff that I'm dealing with, I got to really focus back on my health, because I'm starting to feel crappy again like I was when I had that metabolic syndrome. And I definitely don't want that again. I don't want my insulin all out of whack. So I'm going to focus on myself, you know, especially coming up winter with the holidays and everything. I've got to really buckle down, lose the weight that I just gained back, at least those 20 pounds, because I was feeling better when I was lighter. So if I can get beyond 20 pounds, that'll be super. That'll be great. But I have to focus on me. So I know that kind of leaves you guys in the lurch with what I'm doing. But I will try, you know, I'll try my best when I have a few minutes here or there to, you know, do little pieces of videos and, you know, put them together in somewhat order so that you'll be able to tell what I'm doing. But so I'll keep you posted on, you know, my progress of different things, especially like the rabbit, and then, you know, the diamond art pictures that are behind me. I probably won't show you, you know, me, or I will if someone, you know, is interested in that. I know they have things with those things that you can put like 3 to 5 to 7, you know, diamond pieces at one time, but I am kind of a meticulous. I don't know if it's just me. Sometimes I'm scatterbrained, so I only can have one color out at one time and do one little dot at one time. Because if I don't, it just, I get really confused, and it's just, I don't know. It's probably just me, because my daughter-in-law can do it. I mean, she's got beautiful pictures made, so it's got to be just me. But anyway, I will. I'll you know, post videos every here and there and let you know what I'm doing. But I guess if you've watched me till this, thank you very much, because like I said, I'm scatterbrained sometimes, and I definitely just showed you that I was. But thank you for watching me. For those that are still subscribed to me, thank you. Um, you know, for dealing with my, well, my life, I guess, me. But thank you very much. And I hope everyone has a great day. All right, bye.